Rosie O'Donnell just said something no one expected her to say out loud. And it has people looking at Ellen's downfall in a completely different way. For years, the public was told Ellen stepped away from her show because the spotlight became too much and the controversy behind the scenes finally caught up with her. But some believe the real story goes much deeper. After The Ellen Show ended, two people closely connected to Ellen, her longtime executive producer Stephen Twitch Boss and her former girlfriend Anne Heche, both died within months of each other. Their deaths shocked Hollywood, fueled endless speculation, and left people asking uncomfortable questions. Now, with Rosie speaking out, old rumors are resurfacing, timelines are being re-examined, and people are wondering if there is more to the story than the public was ever told. Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen DeGeneres were once close friends. Their history went back decades, and Ellen even appeared on Rosie's show during one of the most important moments of her career. But somewhere along the way, that friendship quietly fell apart. For years, fans assumed Rosie and Ellen were still connected behind the scenes. But Rosie has now opened up about why they barely speak anymore, and why she eventually chose to pull away from the Hollywood spotlight altogether. What makes the story even stranger is that The Ellen DeGeneres Show ran for nearly 20 years, yet Rosie says she was never invited on. Then in May 2022, Ellen's daytime empire officially came to an end after years of controversy and allegations of a toxic workplace behind the scenes. But the timeline after the show ended only made people ask more questions. Just months later, Ellen's former girlfriend, Anne Heche, died following a car crash. Then in December of that same year, Stephen Twitch Boss, Ellen's longtime executive producer and beloved DJ, died by suicide. Two shocking deaths. One collapsed show. A friendship that disappeared without a real public explanation. And now, with Rosie speaking out, people are looking back at the entire Ellen story and wondering what was really happening behind the scenes.
Ellen DeGeneres is speaking out about reports of workplace mistreatment in a letter to her staff. The talk show host shared her initial reaction to the allegations from current and former employees and revealed what actions are being taken to improve company culture. Ellen said she was disappointed to learn about the claims in a recent BuzzFeed article, citing the show's enormous growth over the years and her increased reliance on people to do their jobs as they knew I'd want them done. She went on to acknowledge that clearly some didn't.
I don't think you achieve anything by bullying people.
In a statement to ET, Warner Brothers, the studio behind Ellen's show, claims they have interviewed dozens of current and former employees in the wake of these allegations. They say that during their investigation, it was revealed that there were some deficiencies related to the show's day-to-day management. And that moving forward, the studio and Ellen are committed to creating a workplace based on respect and inclusion.
I stay grateful and I try to stay humble, and I think that I pay attention to what is important and what is real.
These misconduct allegations stem from a BuzzFeed article that was published last week, which included anonymous accounts from a dozen former and one current employee.
2 months after The Ellen Show came to an end, Stephen Twitch Boss, one of the show's executive producers and beloved on-air personalities, tragically died by and reportedly left behind a note. In the aftermath, speculation began spreading online, with some commentators claiming the note hinted at unresolved pain connected to his time on the show. Others pointed to statements from his wife, who said Stephen had been carrying heavy stress and suggested that something behind the scenes may have been weighing on him deeply. While none of these claims have been officially proven, the timing of his death left fans with disturbing questions about what may have been happening privately after the cameras stopped rolling.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic side of Stephen Twitch Boss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left a suicide note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times because it was so dark. I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is to end my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part of my life.
Some online sources claim that Stephen Twitch Boss may have witnessed something behind the scenes that he was never supposed to see, and that this allegedly placed him under intense pressure. After his death, his wife, Allison Holker, revealed that Stephen had left behind a note. According to speculation circulating online, that note referenced the emotional weight he had been carrying and the pressure he allegedly felt connected to The Ellen Show. Some fans believe Ellen may have wanted Twitch to help repair her public image after the workplace misconduct allegations, using the trust and love audiences had for him to push back against the claims. Because Twitch had worked closely behind the scenes, people have questioned how much he knew, what he may have been struggling with privately, and whether there were things the public was never meant to hear. None of these allegations have been proven, but the rumors have continued to fuel disturbing questions about what was really happening behind closed doors.
Early on the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary two-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone, and he had not taken his car with him when he left, two things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
The news about Ellen created a wave of online criticism at the time, including some directed at Twitch.
When it comes to what can happen behind closed doors in Hollywood, Rosie O'Donnell once shared a disturbing story about Bill Cosby being invited onto her show. According to Rosie, his behavior towards staff raised concerns. But like so many things in the entertainment industry, it was allegedly brushed aside instead of being confronted. For years, Hollywood has been accused of protecting powerful people while silencing the ones who were hurt by them. Abuse, exploitation, and misconduct have not only been hidden, but in some circles treated like an open secret. Several former child actors have spoken out about being taken advantage of after entering the industry at a young age. Many have described a culture where opportunity came with pressure, where young performers were made to feel that getting a role depended on pleasing the wrong people and staying silent about what they experienced.
About Hollywood managers who manage kids, it's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
They're
Strange...
just grooming these kids, dude.
That
These
kid
grooming
from
them
Strange Things?
Stranger Things.
He just left his manager, and they're alleging sex abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin.
The curly-haired kid. Oh,
yeah.
And he's
Owen
in
Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be f***ing transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your f***ing mind?
What's up with this transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ. This is nuts.
Watch
man.
An Open Secret, and they go through, dude, they pick, they're accusing people. It's for free, I think, on Vimeo.
Yeah,
you can watch it for free. An Open Secret.
Just on YouTube or something?
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederasts
for sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music, this was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment business.
Women and kids.
Mostly kids.
And
Mostly
sometimes
kids.
Dudes. You know, Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his dick.
In front of his wife.
Some famous dude grabbed his...
Justin Bieber's name often comes up whenever people talk about the mistreatment of young stars in Hollywood. From his highly publicized 48 Hours with Diddy story to the uncomfortable attention he received from adults in the industry, many fans believe Justin was exposed to things no teenager should have had to deal with. Instead of showing concern, Ellen appeared to joke about moments where Justin's privacy had been invaded repeatedly, which has since been criticized by viewers who felt he was being humiliated instead of protected. Even more disturbing, Ellen has made comments suggesting she knew about Diddy's after-parties, which has only fueled more speculation about what powerful people in entertainment may have known behind the scenes. Then there's the timing. In 2024, after federal agents raided Diddy's properties, Ellen later announced that she was leaving the United States and relocating to the UK with her wife. To many online, that timeline raised eyebrows and added another layer of suspicion to a story already surrounded by unanswered questions.
Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Simply moving to the UK may not seem suspicious on its own. But when you look at the timing, Ellen's sudden change in appearance and the way she stepped away from the public eye, it definitely raises questions. To make things even more interesting, Ellen has recently hinted at making a comeback. And according to online speculation, that news came around the same time Diddy was reportedly pushing for early release. Whether that timing means anything or not, people are connecting the dots, and the pattern is hard for some fans to ignore. In the end, it leaves people wondering if this is just coincidence, or if there's more happening behind the scenes than the public has been told.
In their mind.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Oh, bit of
Could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi, have reportedly fled the US, bound for the UK, after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Numerous publications are reporting the couple have left the United States permanently. There are also reports the couple have put their Montecito mansion on the market. Entertainment publication The Wrap has the exclusive story and said, Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have moved to rural England, put their Montecito estate on the market, and plan to never return to the United States, telling friends the election of Donald Trump was their primary motivation. Ellen DeGeneres has been a vocal Trump critic, so the move doesn't come as a surprise to most.
Some critics have pointed to Ellen's past comments and on-air moments as examples of behavior that now feels uncomfortable in hindsight. Over the years, certain clips from her show have resurfaced online, with viewers re-examining jokes about celebrity beauty treatments, aging, and the extreme lengths Hollywood is rumored to go to in order to stay young. One conversation with Sandra Bullock in particular has been pulled back into the spotlight. What may have once played as a strange Hollywood joke is now being viewed very differently by audiences who are more suspicious of what celebrities say in plain sight. Since then, online speculation has only grown, especially as people compare Ellen's current appearance to how she looked during the height of her fame. While there is no proven evidence behind the darker claims circulating online, the clip has fueled a bigger conversation about Hollywood's obsession with youth, image, secrecy, and how much the public is never meant to fully understand.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Terry? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Ellen's name has also been pulled into other online theories, including speculation about alleged connections to Jeffrey Epstein. Some fans have even compared the design of the Ellen Show set to structures seen on Epstein Island, claiming the similarities are too strange to ignore. One example that resurfaced was a video from March 2020, around the beginning of the COVID lockdowns, where Ellen appeared in a hoodie featuring a red, distorted face graphic. Later, fans noticed a similar-looking design being worn by Jay-Z, which only added more fuel to the online speculation. Of course, none of this proves anything by itself. But for people already questioning Hollywood's hidden circles, these moments have become part of a much bigger pattern they believe deserves a closer look.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGeneres. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What?
Ellen's entire public image was carefully crafted. And once her fans found out what kind of person she actually was, she lost everything. Joe Rogan actually saw it coming years ago. He said that Ellen's personality always felt forced, like she was wearing a mask. Rosie O'Donnell was the first to say it. Ellen's nice guy act was bound to end badly. Ellen isn't the only one in Hollywood pretending to be a completely different person. On the surface, most celebrities will act like they're the nicest person in the world, but in reality, they don't respect you or think you're worthy of their attention. Joe Rogan said that Hollywood elites treat you like you're beneath them.
There's an arrogance that some stars had, like particularly in the 90s. When I first came to Hollywood, and this is like really evident for me because I was not a star, but I was on a television show. So I got to be around a lot of stars. And there was a way that some of them would treat you. They would let you know that you are subhuman. You are below them. They would communicate with you in the most disrespectful and dismissive ways, like weird, like mousy guys that I could kill, like instantly, and they would just be rude to you in a really weird way because they had power. They had power, and then when an executive would come over, they would turn on the charm. They'd be smiling and laughing, and then you would talk to them at the craft service, and they would dismiss you in the shittiest ways. I encountered a bunch of that.
Yeah.
It was commonplace, and it was, I think, a thing that they aspired to.
As Ellen's fame grew, critics say her inner circle became smaller, and the warm public image audiences saw on camera began to clash with the stories coming from behind the scenes. Some former staffers have described an environment where power, pressure, and fear shaped the workplace far more than kindness. In 2020, a BuzzFeed News investigation published accounts from more than a dozen former employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show. They described the workplace as toxic, with allegations involving racism, intimidation, fear, and mistreatment by senior producers. One former employee claimed they were told not to speak to Ellen directly. Others said they lost their jobs after taking medical leave or time off for bereavement. These stories added to the growing criticism that the show's cheerful message of be kind did not always match what employees said they experienced off camera. Rosie O'Donnell has also spoken about her distance from Ellen, saying they were once close, but that their relationship changed after Ellen's show became successful. To Rosie, it seemed like the fame created distance, and the friendship never truly recovered.
I couldn't believe it.
Why did she say that?
I don't know, because I have photos of her holding my newborn babies. I knew her for 30 years. Like, I don't know Rosie, we're not friends. It was so upsetting to me that I had t-shirts made. I don't know Rosie, we're not friends, and I gave them out to my staff. Because it was very painful. And, you know, we've never sort of gotten over it.
Did she ever reach out to you to explain it or what her thinking was, or?
No.
I mean, I'm not the first person to say this, but she's a strange creature.
Well, you know, we're not similar. I can say that for sure. We're not emotionally similar.
No.
And I was never asked to go on her show. When I was, it was long after They had been on for many years, and she had the same staff as my show, the same producers, the same everything. And now I don't blame her for doing that. I didn't create the genre of a Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas talk show. You know, this was what I grew up watching. But I did think that she was all of a sudden in the position I was in, where she was starting a show and wanted it to be successful and get the money and the accolades that came with it. And instead of deciding to stand next to me and hold my hand, which is what I did to her, she did the opposite. And I couldn't believe it. You know, I couldn't believe it.
By far, one of the most shocking allegations surrounding Ellen is her supposed connection to the death of Anne Heche. Anne was Ellen's former girlfriend, and some people close to the situation claimed she had been working on a documentary that could have exposed private details about Ellen. But before anything was ever released, Anne died after a car crash, shortly after The Ellen Show came to an end. Around that same period, Ellen's longtime executive producer, Twitch, also died. Two people who were closely connected to Ellen passed away within months of her show ending. That alone does not prove Ellen was involved in anything, but for many people online, the timing and circumstances have raised serious questions.
In May 2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Heche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, after just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel, but I'm not a scientist. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her other host, her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of like close people around you dying in weird ways.
No one can ever truly know what Ellen may or may not have been involved in, especially now that both Twitch and Anne Heche are gone. But the disturbing part is that Ellen's story is not the only one that has raised questions in Hollywood. Joe Rogan has spoken before about troubling allegations and repeated patterns of abuse, exploitation, and predatory behavior inside the entertainment industry, especially involving child actors and young performers. At the time, a lot of people dismissed those claims as conspiracy talk. But years later, after the truth came out about powerful figures like Harvey Weinstein and Diddy, many people started looking back at those warnings differently. What once sounded unbelievable suddenly felt like part of a much bigger pattern that Hollywood had been hiding in plain sight.
Don't let your kids be around weird agents and take them to auditions.
No. Don't let your kids get into acting. Do not let your kids get into that.
Has it ever worked out? Well, you know, the other thing is, like, look at what happened with that Sandusky guy. That guy was taking care of kids. Like, his whole thing was like, hey, I do charitable work with children. You know, I do charitable work and I take care of these kids. Yeah, I'm just all about helping kids. It's all about helping kids. They're our future. If you're an actress and you worked with Harvey Weinstein, you never tried to get yourself. Like, what is wrong with me?
Well, you ugly. Yeah, you ugly.
What is wrong with my face?
They're really going after him. That seems weird.
It doesn't seem weird, dude.
Hell yeah, they're going after him.
That guy's entire business. Here's the thing. He's one of many. There's got to be like a bunch of people that ran their business that way.
But Weinstein, they say like in Hollywood, like my agent's like, oh no, yeah, it's about time he got caught. I'm like, what the f? Everyone knew this?
Dude,
like everyone knew.
Did you see his contract? It was in his contract. The way he had his contract set up was like they had a certain amount of money that he would have to pay if he had a claim against him. It was like...
It was a thing for him.
Yes. Like he had so many claims. That's like first offense was $100,000. Second offense was $250,000. Third offense was $750,000. Fourth offense was $1 million. He had it written into his contract with Miramax. His contract with the Weinstein Company, like
he owned Miramax, right?
I don't know. Explain that contract. Like he'd have to pay $100,000.
Yes. They're protecting themselves.
Oh, when they sign
harassment.
When they sign him, they go, okay, the first time you with one of these goods, it's gonna be $100,000.
Yes.
Second time, it's 200.
It's not just. Yes, I mean it was.
That's
so
how big of a problem it
was. It was such a huge. It was so known of what he would do, and look, even Quentin Tarantino said that he did it to his ex-girlfriend.
Here's the real question. How many other people in Hollywood are hiding behind that same carefully crafted, nice image? Because according to Joe Rogan, this isn't just about one celebrity. It points to something much bigger. A system where power, silence, and protection all work together behind the scenes. And if you've made it this far, then you already know this story goes way deeper than what the media wants to show you. So make sure you hit subscribe, because in the next video, we're breaking down another case that's even darker, even more disturbing, and even harder to ignore. Trust me, you do not want to miss it.